Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas Tutora. Welcome to Tutora Time. Seems the police officer who shot Ashli Babbitt dead did nothing wrong. According to the Capitol Police, the shooting of Ashli Babbitt was justified. Ashli Babbitt was unarmed and on the other side of a glass door. The police officer pointed his gun at her throat and shot her dead.
This morning, new details about 35-year-old Ashli Babbitt, who was shot and killed by a Capitol Police officer. Video captures the moment she fell to the ground during the chaos.
He's got a gun!
As others warned of the danger, medics then rushing her to the hospital, but she later died.
So where is the outcry about police brutality? Where is the outcry about couldn't this person have been taken down peacefully? I mean, truthfully, she could. She was trying to break through a glass door, it seems, and all the cop had to do was wait for her to come through the door and then subdue her and arrest her. We have other cases in the media where the person is actively resisting arrest, but yet those officers are named, charged, their houses need to be guarded, and probably they're going to prison for a long time. But yet, in the Ashli Babbitt shooting, we don't know the police officer's name, we don't know any of the facts, and there's total media silence. Let's face it, we all know the reason why. Ashli Babbitt was not part of the oppressed group, so therefore, her life doesn't matter. There are probably many out there who are actually happy that she was shot dead because they feel that's some kind of backward justice and even some kind of score. Ashli Babbitt was wrong for going into the Capitol. However, the Capitol is a public building. And as we learn now, the police did not try to stop people from going into the building. So the police opened the doors into the building, let people in.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
And then they shot her dead, point blank, in the neck, at close range. Could you imagine what the story would be if a white police officer shot down an unarmed black woman through a glass door? Don't you think we at least need to know who the police officer is? Don't you think we at least need to know what the facts are in the case and what led him to open fire? You know, this whole defund the police movement is so inauthentic. I have an idea. How about people who want to defund the police, we start by defunding their police? Rashida Tlaib is calling for the end of policing. So why don't we start by removing Rashida Tlaib's security detail and Ocasio-Cortez and Ayanna Presley and Ilhan Omar? If policing is this inherently racist thing that we have to abolish, why don't we abolish it for them? How about this? If you believe the police should be defunded, you put your name on a registry, and then if you ever call the police, they don't respond because you didn't think we needed them in the first place. They'll just respond to the people who want police protection. And by saying that you want police protection, it says that you are okay with the tactics that the police need to use to subdue violent criminals. Ashli Babbitt wasn't really acting in a violent way. She wasn't assaulting the police officer. She wasn't in cuffs trying to get away. But I guess in today's world, Ashli Babbitt was simply the wrong color, and that's why her death doesn't matter. There's no riots in the street. There's no demands for investigation. Ashli Babbitt was a Trump supporter, so I guess many think she got what she deserved. Ashli Babbitt also fought to defend the United States. You know, they've made a big thing recently. There's a clip out there of two white police officers who pepper sprayed a black man who's in the military. And even when he's pepper sprayed, he's still not complying with the police.
Open the door slowly and step out.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
What's
now.
going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for, you're being detained, okay? You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me.
Video captures the moment she fell to the ground during the chaos.
I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. What's going? Hold on.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now! What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just comply.
Everybody's saying, look at this. They pepper sprayed this man. He defends our country. They didn't shoot him. He's alive. But Ashley Babbitt, she was unarmed, shot in the neck through a glass door. There's no outcry. As a matter of fact, the left is praising the police officer who shot her. There's no lawsuits by her family for damages for unjust shooting. There's no $27 million George Floyd reward. Derek Chauvin, who had George Floyd pinned down to the ground, is on trial. He's facing murder charges. The police officer who shot Dante Wright has been arrested, and she's going to face manslaughter charges. But the person who shot Ashley Babbitt has not been arrested, and there's absolutely no outcry whatsoever. We don't even need a trial. The other cases, Wright and Floyd, let them go to trial, let the evidence be shown, and let a jury decide. That's due process. But it seems for Ashley Babbitt, there is no due process. The people who hate America are dismantling it right before our eyes. And unfortunately for them, they're going to be the very first ones to suffer. Once the police are removed, it's people who are in poor neighborhoods who are going to suffer the most. It's people who are in inner city crime-ridden neighborhoods who are going to suffer the most. It's their 8 and 10-year-old sons and daughters who are going to be out playing in the yard and tragically get shot in crossfire. It's such a sad world we're living in. What has happened is the decent people have become too polite. The decent people have allowed themselves to be silenced through political correctness and wanting to do just. They know that that is the weak point of decent people, that they want fairness to everybody. So they're taking advantage of that to dismantle the society. It's happening very quick and right before our eyes. So if you want to defund the police, call your police department, give them your name, tell them if they ever get a call from you not to show up and help you. Why don't we make all these leftist policies opt-in? If you don't want the police, you can opt out. If you don't want gas and oil and you want to go green, you can get off the electrical grid voluntarily and sell your car. Ashley Babbitt was a woman who loved America, who was appalled and upset at what happened in the 2020 elections. And the Capitol building actually belongs to the people. It's not a private building. They should not have smashed their way in. I'm in no way advocating it. And as I say in all cases, once you break the law, really all bets are off. So once she did break into that building, she did put herself in harm's way. And unfortunately, that's what happened. But the disparity in the outcry over police brutality is overwhelming. There's no outcry for Ashley Babbitt at all. And there's going to be no outcry for other citizens. People, you better wake up fast because the society is about to crumble. Pretty soon, the criminals themselves are going to be the police. The police will be gone, and it'll be gangs and cartels that are patrolling your neighborhood. You'll have to decide which side of the street you could walk on depending which gang is controlling that block. And when they break down your door to loot your home, you'll have no police to call. The decent citizens are going to be easy prey for criminals. And women, you're especially at risk because when they come to sexually assault or rape you, you are going to have nobody to turn to. There's going to be no police to come to help you. And if you pull out your gun to fight back, you're the one who's going to end up getting arrested because they will have said that you shouldn't have fired your gun because the criminal has a right to just do as they will to you. But of course, in Ashley Babbitt's case, the police officer could fire back just fine, no problem. We're heading into a new dark ages, folks. Decent people have to wake up quick. They've relied on the fact that people are polite and decent, and they're counting on that to make people stand down and not fight back. Keep speaking out, folks. Keep fighting for what you believe in. And let's come together as one people and start with healing. Countries that have been divided by ethnic groups and gangs and warlords, those countries have been at war with each other for years. We cannot subdivide ourselves into groups. We're going to collapse this country so much that by the time China moves in to take over, There's going to be a lot of people cheering it on because they're going to want law and order back, even if it's not law and order they agree with. The people are going to want someone to stand up to violent criminals, and eventually decent people are going to have to make a choice. Protect society or lay down and let yourself be overrun. I'm Nicholas Tutora. I'll talk to you again soon on Tutora Time.